believe me, there are a few bad things we can talk about with the Montreal Canadiens, and I get that they do play later today against the Ottawa Senators, which could make some of these bad things even worse depending on how they play against Canada's worst team. But you know what? I kind of don't want to focus on the bad right now, because even though Canadiens hockey is being kind of defined right now by power plays and Carey Price, and we have ourselves a game later tonight, I wanted to turn the spotlight over to a guy who is doing the absolute best to keep his name up in the Hobey Baker voting. Let's go over Cole Caufield, because it's another weekend and another 4-point performance for the top Montreal Canadiens prospect. Now, before we get into that, I will say the Canadiens do play the Sens, and I do not think I'm going to be streaming for that. Yeah, I don't really know if I'm going to be able to do it, but you know what? Whatever happens, if we stream it, then cool. If we don't, we'll probably just do a hype stream at about 6-ish PST for the Canucks and the Jets game, so you can probably hang out with me there. Probably have the game on in the background, I'm not really too sure. Just kind of talking about whatever comes up. Chat stuff, Canucks stuff, Habs stuff, whatever is asked. So we'll probably stream today. I just don't think that we're going to be able to actually stream the game. So tune into the channel at about 6-ish PST if you want to hang out with all of us. But today we're talking about Cole Caufield, because the University of Wisconsin Badgers played themselves 2 games against Notre Dame on Friday, February 19th, and Saturday, February 20th, so yesterday and the day before that. And breaking the mold from the Colin Bilek and Hobey Baker discussion, we have ourselves what is actually 2 very straightforward Cole Caufield performances that absolutely just kind of shook up the entire Habs fan base, especially the game on Friday, because on Friday the Habs hadn't played in like a week, so a lot of us were kind of focused on the prospects, and Cole Caufield absolutely put on a show as the Badgers defeated Notre Dame 4-2 in their first meeting. The goal that Cole Caufield scored in this one was absolutely beautiful. He gets the puck in over on the right side, leading to the right, in the middle-ish kind of area. He pulls it over to the forehand. He eyes down the target. He shimmy-shammies his hips a little bit forward, and with all the momentum packed into the rotation of his arms, he throws it forward, and he picks the absolute top corner of the net. Oh my gosh, what a snipe by Cole Caufield. This guy has come to play. So easy for him, you know? So easy for him. Look at the angle over here. It's perfect for Cole Caufield to score what was his 18th goal on the year. Later in that same game, Caufield got the secondary assist on Linus Weissbach's goal in the third period, alongside of Ty Pelton-Bice giving him a 2-point mark on this hockey game. The game yesterday was not a super solid Badgers victory. In fact, it was a big comeback effort, because this one was actually tied 5-5. They tied things up very late. It went over to overtime. There was no goal. You know, it kind of happens that way when you have a tie as your end result. But Cole Caufield scored a beautiful goal here this time as well, as it was Ty Pelton-Bice who sent the puck from the left blue line all the way across, right through the slot, over to the right hash marks where Caufield was there. Caufield picked it up, and he absolutely snaps it by the goalie, who was trying to reposition himself after that really long, stellar pass from Ty Pelton-Bice. It's his 19th goal on the year here for Caufield, and then you give it a few more minutes, and Caufield gets himself another assist on the board, this time the primary assist on Linus Weissbach, with 9 minutes left in the third period to try and stabilize the game. I mean, Notre Dame scored 2 goals in the next minute afterwards, but then Ty Pelton-Bice tied things up with like 20 seconds left or something. It was a crazy game over there for the Badgers, but Cole Caufield ending off this 2-game weekend with 4 points puts him up to a total of 37 points in 24 games played. He's got a 6-point lead on Odin Tufto for first in the NCAA in points. Tufto, you got to remember, he is like 3 years older than Caufield, so there's a very good discrepancy there that Caufield is overcoming. But another guy I wanted to put your focus on is the guy who is currently tied for third in the NCAA in points. It's Dylan Holloway. Yeah, it's the Edmonton Oilers guy. The guy's at 29 points in 16 games. In fact, he's leading the nation in points per game for players over 7 games played. David Ferentz, my goodness, absolutely phenomenal. 14 points in 6 games as a senior defenseman playing for BU. But the next up guys on that list, it's Holloway, and then it's Caufield. Caufield has more games, he has more points, but the points per game do favor Dylan Holloway. It's just, consistency, being able to actually play that should be taken into account when talking about the value of both of these guys. And you know what? Who else also deserves our props? It is Linus Weissbach over here, tied for third in the league in points with Dylan Holloway. So that's 3 Wisconsin guys in the top 4 of the NCAA in points, which is no coincidence. They're all very good. They're all very capable players. It's just really great to see how all of these guys are individually carrying each of the other players. Cole Caufield is leading the league in shots with 112 shots so far as a sophomore small-sized forward. That is incredible. This guy's going out there, getting his chances, getting his minutes. He's converting on those chances. And if you take a look, Cole Caufield is now up to 11 multi-point games. He was at 9 multi-point games before this weekend, and he did that in the astounding mark of 22 games played. Now he's at 11 in 24. Almost half of his games are games where he has 2 points or more. He's got a lot of 3-point games as well. He's got a few of them, actually. Oh my gosh, I'm going to count them up over here. 1, 2, 3. He's got a 4-point game in there. Yeah, so Cole Caufield has 5 3-point games, 1 4-point game, and 11 multi-point games in general. And on the season, he's only got 4 games played where he does not actually have a point registered. So I'd say he's doing pretty well, right? Pretty well indeed, and for a guy who is probably going to suit up for the Habs later in 2021, whether or not that's in April or it's in October, who really cares? This is a guy who has shown to us that even though he was quote-unquote carried by Jack Hughes at the US NTDP, the reason why he had so many goals is because he played with Jack Hughes. No, he is just a good player himself. He doesn't need Jack Hughes to be good. He can just play hockey the normal way. And going out there with Ty Pelton-Bice, Dylan Holloway, Roman Ashawn, all the guys, Brock Caufield, his older brother, Cole's doing a very, very good job producing, putting up points, being that guy that a struggling Wisconsin Badgers team last year wanted to step up, and he's absolutely done that, and it's why the Badgers are now one of the more better teams overall in terms of the Big Ten competition this year. So, talk to me in the comments what you thought about this Cole Caufield update. What do you think about all the numbers we spoke about right here? I actually didn't realize that Caufield had so many multi-point, 3-point, and 4-point games on the season already, but you know what? I'm very welcoming for that. We have ourselves some more Wisconsin Badger action coming out on February 26th and February 27th against Ohio State. After that, the Michigan State duo goes on the week after, and that will be the last series that the Badgers have to play before the postseason, all the tournaments and all that begins. So we'll see how Caufield ends off the regular season in these next 4 games against Ohio State and Michigan State. But for now, you know what? It's another weekend and another 4-point performance from Cole Caufield. You'll love to see it. Talk to me in the comments what you thought about this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Join us later on the channel at probably 6 p.m. PST for a hype stream for the Canucks, but we can also talk about the Habs too for sure. I definitely do not want to alienate the fan base there. So to that, 99, and bye.